Yo, what's good, dudes? How are y'all? How is y'all Sunday? Ty, I'm actually down to do multiple try not to laughs if you are. Well, depending on what else gets requested. Yo, Wolf Warrior, what's going on, man? Oh, what's up? My son is trying to teach me how to play Pokemon cards, and I'm all doped up on cough medicine. That's rough. I can't even remember how to play Pokemon cards, and you know what? To be honest, when I was into Pokemon, I wasn't even sure if I fully 100% knew how to play. Like, I knew a little bit, but not. I'll be right back. God damn. Okay. Alright, we're gonna start with Katai, what's the try not to laugh you had? You wanna do that first? Alright. What's like a go-to one that like never fails? And I'll just search up the channel, find one. I think I'll pass whatever try not to laugh we have. And before we do these try not to laugh, y'all want this screen right here? We'll call this 1. Or do you want this right here? And we'll call this 2. Man, I'm dead, or y'all want this one? Okay. Rob, what up, man? How are you? I hope you're having a good Sunday. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, you know, there is some things that I did. No, wrong one. No, come on. That I did put in my watch later that we usually watch, things that we haven't watched in a while. Hold on, let me find it. Oh yeah, an Angry Cops one. U.S. Navy. I put this in my watch later because I wanted to watch this. I like military news. U.S. Navy aircraft carrier crashed into another ship. Damn, bro. Damn. Do you guys know how big the fucking ocean is? It's almost like two planes colliding. Damn. You know how big the fucking sky is? You have the whole ass ocean. You crash into another vessel. Just in case you guys don't remember, 70% of this fucking planet is covered in water. Wild, isn't it? Y'all want to start with that first, and then we'll work our way to the try not to laughs? Is that good with you, Katai? Do you care if we do it right now, or does it matter? You want to pace ourselves? Because I want to do more than one. Just to challenge ourselves today. Have I watched The Man in the High Castle on Amazon? No. What I've been watching the past couple days is I've just been watching Friends. God, dude, and let me tell you something. Because I've watched the Friends series multiple times throughout my life. And I gotta tell you, dude, I always forget just how annoyed Ross makes me. I'm not sure if y'all have seen that show. Some of y'all might be too young. Or y'all just have never seen it. Y'all didn't care to watch it. Maybe it wasn't your type of sitcom. But bro, every time I watch that show, bro, I hate Ross more and more. I'm like, this guy, I can't. I just want to fucking hit you. I just want to punch you in the face and tell you to man the fuck up and stop being a fucking pussy. Stop being a. Oh, this man. It's. Golly, dude. It's just. I feel so bad for Rachel at times. I'm just like, it's gotta be big. It's gotta be big. I mean, well, he's a paleontologist, works for a museum. Maybe makes decent money, but it's gotta be huge because, oh, to put up with the only answer. Or maybe her love just runs that deep. Feel sorry for Monica? Why? I actually feel sorry for all of them. You know what I've noticed? My favorite is Joey. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, Joey and Phoebe. When Joey and Phoebe are in the same room, bro, for me, I can't stop laughing. Why do you feel bad for Monica? Why? Because she's OCD and crazy? No, you know who I feel bad for. I feel bad for Gunther. Gunther, bro, he's never gonna get Rachel. Even if Rachel and Ross aren't together, he's never gonna get her, bro. He's not. You remember Gunther, the blonde dude that works at the coffee shop? I feel bad for that guy. But yeah, Joey's the man. I've rewatched all. I think it's 8 seasons, right? 8 or 9. I've watched all the seasons back. Like I've watched them multiple times, bro. Wind Advisory, and it is fucking true. Holy shit. I mean, this place is kind of built for this, but damn. If the internet goes out, dudes, I'll see you when I see you. Oh, having Ross as a brother? Nah, but if you think about it, having Ross as a brother kind of shaped Monica into losing all that weight. Because you gotta remember, Ross picked on her. Hard. And hey man, that's what a brother does. I picked on my sisters. Until they got to the age where that was no longer necessary. But I don't know. Because you gotta remember, Monica was a little fluffy back in the day. Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed or if y'all remember, but and then we'll start this, but just like quick little tidbit of information, just for your entertainment information. At the very beginning of the show, you remember how Rachel has like this really high pitched voice, right? Do you remember that? Like in the first 2 episodes, the very first 2 episodes, Rachel's voice is very high pitched, man. And it's like that the whole episode for like 2 straight episodes. And then after that, her voice goes to a normal Jennifer Aniston voice. That's how Jennifer Aniston sounds all the time, right? And apparently, people complained about her voice. I think, from what I heard, like people were like, "Oh, her voice is unbearable. I don't know how much more I can take of that." And so I guess they changed up how she spoke. They were just normal voice, I suppose. I thought that was funny. I didn't really think the voice was all that annoying. I just thought that was just one of those rich girl voices, right? Because you know she came from like a rich ass family. I just thought that's how rich girls sounded in the fucking 90s, living on the Upper East Side. No, but apparently people hated it. You're the oldest sibling and I could never pick on my siblings. Oh no, dude. It was a mutual thing. Dude, it was a mutual thing. And like, not when they were infants and shit, like babies and stuff like that, but when they were like 6, 7, 8, and I was like 12, 13, bro, we went at it. At times, it wasn't even a pick. It wasn't even a picking on type thing. It was just a more of like a wake up and fuck around and find out kind of thing. We fucked with each other. The only difference is she was a girl, so if she fucked with me, I had to take it. If I fucked with her, she'd tell my dad, and my dad would beat my ass. So that's how that worked. I didn't get to like just fuck with them without repercussion. Either they fucked with me back, or my mom or my dad got a hold of me. Usually it was my mom. For most things, it was my mom, but if I fucked with my sisters too hard, it was my dad. You know, dad's always got to set an example. Yo, Sko, what's good? Vince, how are you? Yo, oh my god. Y'all probably can't hear that, but the house is shaking. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna do this one first, and then a try not to laugh. Then we'll get to yours, Vince, and we'll go. We're gonna figure out how in the fuck, in the vastness of the wide open ocean, 2 naval vessels can collide, and it's not an act of war, which means this was a colossal fucking accident. Let's see how it happened, shall we? No, the wind. The wind. It's only a matter of time before the Rottweiler starts howling because it's fucking going. Like the power lines? Dude. So again, if we go down, I'll try to come back, but I'll see you when I see you. It's snowing where you are? Where are you? Yo, I don't live in a bad place, and I don't dislike where I live. But as far as meteorologically, I don't like living in this part of the United States. You know? You're in Alaska? Okay. Well, that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Oh, dude, I spent my whole life in Georgia. And then I spent a couple years in the desert. Like, your boy, and I was born in Texas. Your boy is used to hot. And maybe a little bit of rain from some hurricanes that Florida gets, you know? I don't like this shit. Neighbors are nice, right? Good area. Safe. Rarely any crime. Only ambulances you hear is if someone died of old age, like my neighbor a couple of months ago. Just the weather. Oh shit. Anyways, we're gonna begin.
News from overseas. The Navy says the Norfolk-based USS Harry S. Truman was involved in a collision last night.
No injuries reported.
Struck a...
I didn't even mean to pause it, man. Sorry. Just gonna keep going. Oh, John with the 5. Thank you so much, man. I'd like to know what you think of this. Secretary of Defense Hexeth went to the U.S. Africa Command, Germany. Dude, I heard about that. I saw a short about that, and I was like, I think that's fucking dope. I think that's absolutely fantastic, because it's just so cool to see, man. I rarely saw any of my high-ranking officers doing PT with us, man, ever. And the only time they did is if, like, the command sergeant major or the battalion commander was wanting to do PT, and then that's when they would show up, right? Obviously, to look good in front of their bosses, right? But when the top boss shows up to do that shit, it's fun. It's cool. You like to see it, because everybody likes to think that that person just sits in an office all day, right? And you kind of look at these people with contempt, like, man, I'm out here all fucking day in the goddamn motor pool sweating, your bitch ass is in there. Nah, but when you see a motherfucker actually doing the shit with you, right? It's a good leader. You lead by example and from the front, not from the back from an office with AC. So, I'm a fan of that. I like that behavior. Yo, Tyler, what's good? You grew up watching My Name is Earl? Dude, I've heard of that show. I've never seen it. John, thanks for the 5 again. And if you want to request something because of that, because it is priority donations and shit, you can request something.
We have breaking news from overseas. The Navy says the Norfolk-based USS Harry S. Truman was involved in a collision last night.
No injuries reported.
Struck another ship sailing under a flag from Panama.
If you're thinking...
Shit. I was thinking that our ship struck one of our ships. You know, because recently we just shot down one of our own planes. I think. Memory's hazy on that, but I believe that happened. I don't think that was a dream. So yeah, no, it was another ship from Panama. We don't have beef with Panama, do we? We can just chalk this up to sorry. Just long hours, man. My bad. We'll pay for the damages. I guess. I don't. Maybe.
The USS Truman sounds awfully familiar, because just about a month ago, that carrier group for the USS Truman shot down one of its own planes and almost shot down.
It's the same ship. Lord have mercy. It's the same. It's the if I didn't know any better, I feel like this vessel's about to go under investigation. I feel it. I feel it. So an investigation's about to happen. There's no way it doesn't, man. But isn't an admiral usually the person that's in charge of these fucking vessels? Admiral, man. That's like army equivalent. That's a general. This person makes a ton of money. What is happening? Do you know why planes are falling? Is it just bad pilots? Planes are falling? I thought it was still the safest way to travel. Is something happening just recently that I don't know about? Or like planes just fucking just dropping? As a civilian, I think it's great. He's shown the troops under his command that he's right there with them. Exactly. And dude, that's what a lot of my NCOs preached to me. They were like, soldier, I will never make you do anything that I personally would not and could not do myself. And I was like, hell yeah, man. That's also part of the NCO creed, in a roundabout way when you read into it. But I think it's great too. And not just military wise. This could also be applied to the civilian part of the workforce, man. Not so much your boss being there with you, right, doing the work, but seeing your boss, he comes by, hey, what's going on? What you working on? What you need? Do you need any help? What do you need from me? You good? Right? Okay, cool, right? And then you just keep on moving. And I don't know. Shoemaker, what's good? John, thank you so much for the 11 months. I think it's usually a Navy captain, so a colonel. Oh, I thought it was admirals in charge of this. Hollywood has led me astray. Usually an admiral at the helm of these fucking things. And I don't know, man, because I wasn't Navy, and I'm not hip to the. I would say customs and courtesies, but just the overall knowledge of Navy. But John, thank you so much for the sub and the.
A second.
I'm fired, aren't I?
Oh yes.
The USS Truman, a United States Navy aircraft carrier, crashed into a freight liner on Wednesday. No, that's a bad thing? Oh, yeah, that's a bad thing. And if you know anything about being the captain of a ship, well, a very important part of that is making sure it doesn't crash into other ships. Now, more information has come out since it happened on Wednesday, and I'm going to share that with you. I'm also going to give you a little bit of an education on how ships are flagged and how this could actually be a part of the issue. What does that mean, a ship flag? Glad you asked. It means where did the ship come from? What country is it registered to, right? Mm-hmm. If it's an American freighter, it flies under the US flag. If it's a Canadian freighter or cruise liner or whatever, it flies underneath the Canadian flag. Right. There you go. We're getting it. Yeah. All this will be explained to you. But first, a word from this video.
He brought that up for a reason. Meaning, the freighter that it's still no excuse to crash into something, but the freighter that they crashed into, were they flying the wrong flag? Because usually people that fly wrong flags on purpose, usually you see that's pirate behavior, really. But
sponsor. Have you been up to date with this ridiculous TikTok ban? On again, off again, on again, off again, on again. You and I could go to any data broker's website right now and buy anybody's data for just a few bucks. Oh, and it's totally legal. Big company personal data is exposed. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the who, what, when, why, where, and how, okay? Now, way out yonder in the Mediterranean Sea, where Egypt and the Arabian Peninsula connect, well, there is a canal cut in there called the Suez Canal. Now, there's a lot of trade that goes from the Mediterranean into the Red Sea, and the Red Sea then pushes out to the Arabian Peninsula, and then India and Asia. Ooh, major shipping route for all of you history majors, all right, that trek is a little bit nasty, and obviously you're saving a lot of fuel, cutting down the time in order to get all that freight moved from one spot to the other, or if you're doing some sort of military maneuver, get from one part of the globe to the other that much faster. And just like I said, there are freighters moving up and down that Suez Canal, and there's military vessels that are going up and down that Suez Canal. And for the most
I have never seen footage like this. This is cool as fuck.
part, everybody gets along swimmingly. Swimmingly in the water, right? You crack me up. On Wednesday, 2 ships were using the Suez Canal. They had just exited it. They came from the Red Sea and then went up to the Mediterranean through the canal, and they were futzing around in the Mediterranean Sea. And that is the USS Truman, a United States aircraft carrier, and a freighter named the Besiktas. Right? Yes, the Besiktas, flying underneath the Panamanian flag. Yay, Panama. Now, here's where things get interesting. The Besiktas has its tracker on. Now, similar to airplanes and how they're tracked throughout the air and civilians can watch them and say, ooh, on, stalk Taylor Swift or Elon Musk, whatever you want. Same thing can be done for ships. Now, I'm going to use a fantastic video made by the YouTube channel, What's Going On with Shipping, to fantastically show you exactly what's going on. Well, the Besiktas, you can see, is being tracked and it's traveling up out of the canal. But you know what's not being tracked? That's right, the US Navy vessel, the Truman, and the battleship that's guiding him. Because duh, we don't want to leave an aircraft carrier all alone, susceptible to an attack. So I'll let What's Going On with Shipping narrate this portion for you.
But really, I really wouldn't put it past us or the Navy or just America in general to just like leave a carrier by itself. Just to like, I don't know, taunt an attack. Fuck around and find out, dude. Do it. Touch it. I dare you. Touch it. Touch it one time. Do it. Do it. We're watching you. We're watching.
Yeah, since he did such a great job.
It's going to come out through the northern entrance of the Suez Canal. You'll notice ships are peeling off to kind of a northwestern course here. Besiktas is coming through here. It's going to weave its way through that anchorage. Notice it coming in here.
Oh, we're still in the other view. Do y'all want to go to the other view or stay in this one? Because we were going to do this for the Try Not to Laugh, but I decided to do this first. Do y'all want to stay in this view where it's like a little screen on the side? Or do y'all want to go to the other one? I should have remembered to ask that before we started.
I'm going to stop right here. This is about the time period we believe that the collision may have occurred.
Thank you, What's Going On with Shipping. Feel free to give him a follow and check him out if you're interested with all that naval trade, etc., etc. So the collision happens, and up until a few hours ago, we didn't know how bad it was. We just knew it wasn't sinking, and it wasn't paramount that we immediately get the Truman out of there and get it fixed up. Well, we got photos now. Now, U.S. Navy reports say that the hull was breached above the water, and the only photos of the damage shown by the DOD are of this sponson being damaged. Basically, the Besiktas going underneath that overhang of the USS Truman, smashing it up pretty good, ripping a little bit off, and then peeling off in a way before the damage could have gotten worse. And even the crew of the Besiktas has taken photos and said, holy shit, look at our ship. What the hell's going on here? Why didn't they have their doohickey tracker mabob on? Along with the photos that show the damage of the USS Truman aircraft carrier, the DOD has also put out a statement. The Truman is gonna go get repairs done to it. It's gonna go.
I guess the equivalent, I'm trying to think of the equivalent of this for me. Oh man, it would have to take a severe lapse in brain cells for this to happen, but the equivalent of this for me would be if I was the TC of a vehicle, a truck, in a combat zone, and I didn't turn on my Blue Force tracker, So I don't know where I'm going. I go down a wrong way, and I end up, I don't know, causing a massive pileup and just like ramming into cars because I'm down one way and I can't get out. You know what I'm talking about? Like I maybe I'm just dumb here, but I still can't really figure out whose fault this actually is. Is it the Navy? Is it the Navy's fault? I think it might be. John with the 5. It's crazy how fast our aircraft carriers are. They're massive, but they can go over. Dude, they're nuclear powered. I don't know if this one is, but a lot of them are. And yeah, it's the top speed. Really, it's classified. I'm pretty sure someone could guesstimate that.
Go get docked at a port not too far away. We're gonna fix it all up. Everything's gonna be great. And we're gonna continue this little investigation to what's going on. You know, I'm sure that ships have struck other ships before while sailing away in the ocean. I wonder what the consequences for those previous incidents were. Let me run down the list real quick, because I'm not sure if you remember this, but 2 happened in 2017. Both of those 2 collisions in 2017 happened in the Western Pacific, and unfortunately, the 2 collisions had a total of 17 deaths. That's right, 17 sailors from those 2 incidents passed away because of the collisions. One was the destroyer Fitzgerald that collided with a container ship, which unfortunately resulted in the death of 7 sailors. And the second was another destroyer, the John S. McCain, that struck an oil tanker, and 10 sailors passed away then. You want to know what happened? The commander of 7th Fleet was relieved of command, and the commander of the entire Pacific Fleet, half of the globe, half of all the water that be watering, was forced into retirement. Damn. Hey man, this is gonna be bad for you. You should probably just walk away.
Just walk away.
Dude, and that's like, good God, I can respect it. Jesus, that is deserved. That's, I didn't know about that. That right there is a case of a motherfucker getting the exact punishment that they deserve. Because usually with people of this rank, sometimes not a lot happens. But that right there, they struck the nail on the head with that one.
So now everybody's thinking to themselves, oh, this captain's probably gonna lose his job.
Well, no one died, right? There was no casualties. But it's still, someone has to be punished. Someone always has to be punished, bro. Especially when it makes the news. If this is something that like happened secretly and no one knew about except for the Navy, and they kept it under wraps, when shit happens in house, it gets fixed in a roundabout way. But when the media hears about it, someone's got to pay. Somebody always has to pay, bro. It just, Jeff, what's up?
Yeah, that's a very good possibility that he might be relieved of command. It's kind of a major up to crash your ship. If you're thinking, the USS Truman sounds awfully familiar for some reason, well, you'd be right. Because just about a month ago, that carrier group for the USS Truman
literally said, so I just started blasting, right? That's what they did.
Shot down one of its own planes and almost shot down a second. And I made a video about that. Look at that. You see that?
We didn't watch that video. We probably should have.
You see that right in there? The USS Gettysburg shot down one of the planes that came from the Truman and was shooting down a second one. And luckily, that missile missed. We're not sure how it missed, whether it was evasive maneuvers or they said, oh shit, that's a friendly airplane. We just happened to shoot down one of our own. We probably should stop shooting down that second one that's right behind it, considering it's probably another friendly airplane. So, yes, not in the news for a lot of good things, you know? Past couple months, it's been shooting down your own planes, and now—
Oh, and don't forget the all of their social media disasters that they've had over the past 6 to 9 months. Remember that Navy ship that they had They had some high-ranking fucker shooting a weapon with a high zoom scope, and the scope was on backwards, and everything was just bad about it. And oh damn, John, thank you so much again for the 5. All 11 of our carriers are nuclear powered, but the population system uses steam turbines. Nuclear power is just high-tech way of generating steam. Oh, so it has nothing to do with generating speed. Or it has nothing to do with propelling the actual vessel. Huh. Carol was thinking that because it was nuclear powered, it was just like insanely faster. That's a dumb person not knowing, you know, so.
Now crashing into a frickin' freighter.
When something happens, it is always you 3.
I've been asking myself the same question for 6 years.
You've made it this far into the video towards the end. You remember when I said, hey, the flagging of these ships, it's kind of weird. Let me tell you about it. Well, now's that time. Here's a very interesting thing. In fact, I watched a video on it not so long ago, which is why I have such fantastic information to share with you all, and I'll link it below. You see, flagging a ship is easier in some countries than others. Oh, because it's so easy to change flags on a ship.
I've got a French flag. Turn it sideways.
I was literally thinking of this right here. That's why I said that's pirate behavior. This is what I was thinking about.
The two
Lord of War, by the way, if y'all haven't seen it, with Nicolas Cage, Jared Leto.
countries with the highest amount of ships flagged underneath their flag, their country's flag. Number 1, Panama. One of the smallest countries in the world with the 40th largest economy, surprisingly, because they get billions and billions of dollars from shipping fees. Not just the Panama Canal. Yes, Van Halen, thank you. But also because of the fees that they attribute to being flagged underneath their flag. I'm saying flag a lot. Let me make this simple. In Panama, you could create an LLC. We'll say Panama Boating Company, and then you can anonymously request your ship be flagged. We'll call it the SS Butthole, right?
You can anonymously request for your ship to be flagged. Doesn't being flagged defeat the whole purpose of being anonymous? I think I'm stupid. I don't know.
Boating company. And then you can anonymously request your ship be flagged. We'll call it the SS Butthole, right? The PSS, the Panamanian ship. I don't give a. We'll call it the SS Butthole. Hey, Panama, here's an LLC that is going to be in charge of this ship. I'm going to flag this ship underneath your Panamanian flag, but I'm not going to give you my name. I want to remain anonymous for totally awesome, positive, good legal reasons. I can get my flag and put it on the ship, and I can sail across the waters and the land
Without being detected?
and conduct trade. Why, thank you. You see how some people might take advantage of that? Now, the second country is Libya, which is in Western Africa and about the size of South Carolina. Now, they do not have a very strong economy, about like the 130th and 40th, and their GDP is like 9 billion. The state of Texas has a GDP that's like 10 times that. I think South Carolina's GDP is several times more than that. What is South Carolina's GDP? Interesting. So we've got a country that's super hyper focused on getting money for shipping, giving out flags to everybody. And then we've got Libya, a super poor country in Africa that's just like, please God, give us money. And between those two countries, it's over 15% of the overall shipping in the world. All the ships are flagged underneath those two countries. Now here's where things get dicey. Let's say, big hypothetical here, that you're Russia and maybe you're in a war that a lot of people don't like. So you're sanctioned by a whole bunch of NATO countries. Let's just say all the NATO countries have sanctioned Russia. but Russia still wants to make trade with France. Well, what can Russia do? Russia can pack up a ship with a whole bunch of, drive it over to Libya, literally say, hey, we're gonna sell this ship and all of its content. We'll call it Barry's Shipping Company. We'll buy that ship from Russia, buy it from Russia, have that ship flagged underneath Libyan flags, and then go right up to France, because guess who doesn't have an embargo on any Libyan goods? All in NATO. So it's not exactly how
that sounds so confusing, but like I get it as to why it could be a problem and exploited. I still don't understand why that caused the crash. So
it'll go, but it's kind of how it'll go. Am I a little wrong? Yeah. Am I a lot of right? Yeah. A lot of things will happen with these ships going under different flags or having their cargo exchanged onto other ships with different flags. Sleight of hand will happen. So then other people who aren't supposed to get will get the, and people that aren't supposed to give away can give away their. Does that make sense? It's all misdirection, sleight of hand. Now,
yeah.
Wouldn't you be surprised if I told you that the Besiktas was flagged under Panama? Oh, great. So now, even if the U.S. wanted to be like, who owns this fucking ship? Panama can say, well, they're under our flag, but the owner applied for that flag anonymously. So, we don't really know. Good luck figuring that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the shipping.
Kind of like you get into a car accident with a self-driving car. There's who do you blame? And there's no one in the car. Imagine there's no one in the car and it's a self-driving car. On some really high-tech shit, and this person sends the car to go pick up their daughter from school on some lazy parenting shit. And the car gets in an accident with you. Who's liable there? The car or the owner? Self-driving car, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good comparison. I don't know. John with 5. The heat generated by the nuclear reactor superheats the water to make steam. So it does have to do with propulsion. Same for nuclear power. Oh, okay. So I was half right, I guess.
World is kind of insane. So like the Wild West. Now, if you want to get super conspiracy theory on you, right? Remember how President Trump was like, hey, Panama, we want to get the canal back. And if you don't fucking give it back to us, then we might take it. Or we're going to stop trade with you. Or we're not going to assist you in defense. And Panama was like, F you. And then the next day they were like, all right, cool. All U.S. military ships don't need to pay anything. And my conspiracy theorist brain here is saying, a ship flagged underneath the country of Panama just happened to ram one of our aircraft carriers, one of the jewels, the crowning jewels in all of naval warfare, a United States aircraft carrier. Boom, hit with a Panamanian ship. Ooh, well, what a coincidence. All right, best way to support the channel is...
Man, I could see that being used as a way to fuck with American naval vessels and not get any repercussions. Because you hear what Angry Cop said? He's like, even if America said, whose ship is that? Because we want to fuck somebody up, and they say, anonymous, man. I don't know what to tell you because of, legalese speak, right? Because you know how America gets when you touch the boats, right? They don't. We get very emotional when you fuck with our boats. So this could definitely very well be taken advantage of by an enemy of us just to fuck with our naval vessels, or just to be a nuisance, or just to get away with shit without getting fucked with back. Maybe. I don't know. But still, it's a big ass ocean. regardless of a conspiracy theory or any theory at all, the commander of this ship still crashed into something. You know? There's a lot of bad drivers on the road, but you can still get on the road and drive and be safe and make it home without fucking hitting anything or anyone. Or without someone hitting you, because you can avoid shit, right? You drive defensively. Sometimes you have to drive offensively. You dodge shit. You weave shit, right? Sometimes you might have to. And you do it successfully. Sometimes you see someone being dumb, you slow down a little bit. Maybe it doesn't have the same application on the high seas, but I feel like it's such a big place that hitting something... It'd be like two objects in space hitting each other. Like two spaceships hitting each other in space. All that fucking space. And you hit each other. It's wild. Let me just read some comments. Have to wonder if someone unplugged the transponder so they could plug in their Starlink again. I sold my coffee maker to a guy on the Truman before they left to go on this deployment. Man, that coffee maker has seen some shit over the last few months. Boat touched, exactly. Yeah, and we did nothing about it because there was no one to. We were pointing a finger, but there was no one there. Right? That carrier group has had a hell of a deployment. I know. You know, for not currently being at war, they have seen a lot of action. I'll tell you that. They have a confirmed kill on a plane. Almost down to second. Rammed a ship. Someone's been watching too much Fat Electrician. And someone's been watching too many videos about badass fucking naval commanders of back in the day. And they were feeling themselves, I guess. That has to be it. All right. We were doing a try not to. What was it again, Katai? It was Man, I'm Dead or what? Neat. Are you guys down for a try not to laugh? You all have to play. I don't think we've ever checked out this channel before. Oh, here it is. You laugh, you turn blue. Hold on. I'm just gonna go to the most viewed. Jesus Christ, these are like a whole hour. Hold on, no. All right, this seems good. Extreme Try Not to Laugh. This has 5 million views. Jeff, what you need to do, dog, you need to scroll through the short section. I promise you, something in there will make you laugh. I promise you. I saw a video a couple days ago that I guarantee would make you laugh. It was this guy who hopped into this fucking Mustang, and it was clean too, dude. It was like an old school Mustang, like that old school body, and it had a nice ass exhaust, and he was driving real slow through the parking lot, and he goes out to turn at an intersection. He goes to pull out. He makes a left turn. He starts going straight a little bit. And for some ass, I don't know how it happened, but just like the whole ass car got away from him. And he fell out of the car. He fell out of the car. Bro, like, I don't understand how it happened, but... Oh, dude. I guarantee. Alright. Let's see. This is try not to laugh or grin, by the way. None of that shit. Here we go. I'll try not to do a lot of commentary, I suppose, because I think I fuck some of y'all up sometimes whenever I say shit.
Gonna get a whole year in hobbycraft.
Oh no.
Say the best piece for you.
What's that?
Turkey ass. Eat up, sucker.
Whatever, I'm not gonna fucking. Bro, I'm not gonna get in.
Ой, бля, это что за дилдоходы, ёбаный.
Me and my boyfriend chilling right now.
Oh no.
What the fuck did you say? Later, bro. Just do this, dog.
I don't understand it. Did he not know he could turn it on?
Pulled you over? Yeah. Let's get it over with.
Bye-bye, Russia.
Hey, let me get past.
What happened?
Look at both.
Did he get stuck to the fence? No way, dog.
Yo, who the fuck? Oh, shh.
This is so dumb. Look at this. I'm taking a piss. I can literally see over the. You want to come in?
I have to look that up.
Hey, I did pretty good. Hey, 30-29 on my second game with controller. I'm doing pretty good, no?
My name's Trevor. What's yours? Oh, how much chicken you got?
I had a girl do that once.
Huh? 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 Huh?
No se te vaya a caer, papi. Ay! No se cae. Ay!
Yeah, thank you, sir.
I just came for the Belgian
Does no one see it? Does no one see it? No one see.
Yeah, man, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that guy.
No, they don't have fire shotguns. Stop being a pussy, bro. Pussy. Yo, why'd you push them, bro? I said they had fire shotguns.
Sorry, little guy. We're going home.
Yeah, hurry up.
Oh no.
Merry Christmas.
I'll give you the $8, but not in cash. I'll give you $8 of equity in my company. So your ownership stake could turn into $8 million down the road.
If you can't afford $8, go ahead and get off the fucking line.
He really was doing this shit at a drive-thru? Oh my god. Nah, that man has to have a scoliosis.
Egypt.
Negativity can be like an addiction. Heal it by being positive and feed your mind good and optimistic thoughts only.
I just went to the store and got some. This is my first time trying. Have you ever had?
I would not.
Hey, you know which one I'm picking. I'm going with the.
Why?
We haven't done anything. We're a totally peaceful racist group.
Oh, I love these
What?
things.
Damn, he just got laughed out of the room.
How's your cut, G?
Backstory. This is Paulie Mala D-Bag. He's an ex-professional boxer who's been calling me out on the radio for months now. Said I wasn't man enough to see him in public. Well, I saw him.
That's hilarious.
Chores look different with
I
Cox
want to see the rest of that
Multi-Gig
clip. I want to see the rest of that clip. Bro, if that's how that actually went down, that's legendary.
Said I wasn't man enough to see him in public. Well, I saw him.
Can I come in? Can I come in? Damn, you gon'
Yo, does anybody else want my my leftover sandwich?
Damn sandwich.
Anybody want? Oh. Mom, let's say.
Oh Lord.
This is my mom doing a jelly challenge.
Debbie.
Unbeatable Rick.
Let me help you with that. I got it, don't worry.
¿Hablas español?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Can I get a large Dr. Pepper?
Oh, I can't. I fucking can't. John, what's up, man?
What did I say? I literally said it's gonna be full of, and the first one was, oh my God, boom.
Hey everybody. So I have a few extra pizza rolls and a few extra fries.
Pizza rolls. Fries.
If you guys want any, just let me know. I'll put some on a plate for you.
You need to put those back on the fire where they belong. That's charcoal.
Yeah, man, that's not a computer, by the way.
What is that?
That's just a fucking banner, lad. It's just a banner, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
And you tasted it in the bubbles.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like it?
I do like it.
And
I love the bubbles too.
Pop, pop, pop.
Okay. Hey, shut the door.
What? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Little man.
Tell me which one isn't the horn button. Everything's the goddamn horn button. Look at this one too. How does that even make goddamn?
Mine is mushrooms.
You've been trolled.
Ronan. Pepperoni. Cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese. Manny.
Centipedes.
Man said centipedes. He's a psychopath.
Hey, random cat. You don't belong here. Get off my lawn.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for her, y'all.
That dog, bro.
She is in here doing TikToks. It ain't never that serious. What the fuck?
Excuse me. My friend thought you were beautiful. He just wanted to get your number.
Okay, no. That is not what.
He's like, I'm not going back to HR. Nope, no sir, not me. Tried to pretend.
You got your fries, sir?
What's wrong with that lady?
Thank you, but just to be sure, is this jalapeno ranch or chipotle ranch? Let me check for you. That's the chipotle ranch, yeah. Chipotle ranch. Thank you.
Nine! Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap,
I'm not
lotion,
using that.
shaving cream, toothpaste, detergent, and motor oil.
No, that's troll. That's there's
Motor oil.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, hi.
I thought that was real. It's not real. What is this, a fucking anime? Yo, he was about to fucking deck you. Oh my god, he's mad. Yeah.
Vasquez, do you want me to close the shades?
That would be
Okay. There's this light coming across. And
So I appreciate that.
Has
It's
to be a little
probably
more
good light.
Objection, hearsay.
That was that the. I think that was. Bruh. Bro. Stop it. There's no way. Stop it.
What is a kill management? I don't know. Sir, there's no windows and half the back of your bus is gone.
What did they say? Like, your mama's so fat that's something. I don't know. I can't hear them.
What'd you say? What did you say to defend me?
How do you know about that?
Oh. Yo, he was not. He's like, this toy is bullshit.
Wait, what the fuck? Hello.
No.
Happy birthday to you. We love you, Cheyenne. Happy birthday. Hope it's awesome.
Happy birthday, Shy Shy.
Happy birthday. Love you.
Uncle Gene passed away this morning. Most magnificent looking feller I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you, bro.
God. Wait, let me get one more good look at you before I never see you again in my life.
The cannoli. Baby.
Here.
Go get the ball and put it up.
Miggy, asiento. Otra vez.
What game of
Siempre que te
fucking
una
Uno are y'all playing?
Pa' ti.
This must be how the Avengers play Uno. The fuck? That's Doctor Strange.
One leg. One fucking leg!
Me and my son just made a bet. He's gonna try to embarrass me in public. I'll give him $20 if he can embarrass me in public. I'm not easily embarrassed,
Oh, bullshit. Not with a kid.
we'll see how this goes.
Not with a kid.
Boy,
You did
running.
the wrong thing.
Sorry, y'all. He ran off. Let me go find him.
Are you? What's your name?
Why?
She kidnapped me.
This kid is saying that you kidnapped him.
Look, it's a joke. I'm making a TikTok.
She's lying.
See, you gave a loaded gun to a fuck. You asked for that, lady. I'm gonna let my kid embarrass me in public. Say fucking less, that's too easy for a kid. Are you serious? We were born to do that, quite fucking literally. And you literally gave him the green light. I grew up way different than that kid. Because if I embarrass my parents in public, then, I died. A little bit. You want, dude, you know what, you know which one almost killed me? Absolutely, just like floored me? Was the one where the dude rushes to help the girl with the TV and drops her TV and then hits her with one of these. That shit was so fucking good, dude. I almost broke. I almost said fuck it and laughed. Dude, that shit was so You ain't know that you remember how we were talking about Friends earlier, the TV show? That's some Joey type shit. It really is. That is some Joey Tribbiani type shit. Because you know, he dated that one girl with the fake leg and he went to go throw wood on the fire and he threw her leg into the fire because he thought that her leg was a piece of wood. And what did he do? He left. He ran. That shit is so funny. God damn. You never see that girl again. Next time he sees her in public, bro, he'll hide. Like, goddamn, bro. I owe that girl $800. That shit is too good. Alright. What was next? I think it was... I'm still tripping on the lady with the sandwich. Dude, right? Her mouth. Jesus. That... I don't even think I could fuck with her. She would just... make it look small. You know what I mean? That's not fun. Damn, the dog just... Alright. Vince, are you still here? If not, I'm gonna run another try not to laugh. If y'all are down for some fat electrician. The trench sweeper. The war crime stick. What gun could this be? What I guarantee when he says it, I'll be like, oh yeah, but I'm trying to think of it. Let's see. Oh no, wait. I'm typing the whole thing. The shotgun. Like the M10 something. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Where did you put your request, American Brown Guy? I don't see it. And what machines are you talking about? This is only 3 minutes. Yeah, dude, where? Where in Discord? In the patron section, in the public section? Because I'm looking in both sections. I don't see anything from you. Unless you put it in there a long time ago and I gotta scroll up, but... You know what? We're just gonna watch this, and then when Vince gets here, and these stay public.
The only thing better than wearing a well-made gun belt is knowing you got it on sale. For a limited time only, our handmade in the United
Today we're talking about the most effective.
Oh, this is an older video by Fat Electrician. I can definitely tell. Video style and the time. Yeah, let me know when you put it in the Discord, American Brown Guy, because it ain't there, dog. And if you did put it in there a long time ago, just put it in there again so I can see it as current. That'll work. Alright, Fat Electrician reviews French Sweeper. A war crime stick. I don't see why. Bro, it's a shotgun. This is like... Well, I don't know the actual specifications, but it's only a certain amount of ammunition downrange per second. You can only shoot this thing as fast as you can chamber another shell and pull the trigger. Whereas in fully automatics, you just hold and... I would think that the bigger war crime weapons would be the fully automatic ones, but I guess people took offense to the shotgun. I don't know, man. If it's me, and I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going into a combat zone, I don't know if I want, depending on the environment, but whenever I went to the Middle East, it was I definitely did not want a shotgun. Although I was promised a shotgun, and the military let me down in a big way, because my MOS was supposed to have a shotgun. That's what I was told. You get told a lot of things. Flamethrowers should be war crime? Nah, man. I only draw... For me, war crime, I draw that line at civilians. You don't kill civilians. At all. But the thing is, man, sometimes these civilians will get radicalized and they'll turn enemy. And then you fuck around and you kill one, and now people are mad because they remember him as a citizen and not as whatever. I don't know. Everything is when you're killing people, it's a crime, man, really, at the end of the day. Whatever tool you use, it doesn't matter. You're taking someone's life. Whether you set them on fire, shoot them in the face, gas them, electrocute them, or torture them, the result is still the same. It's death. So to me, I only draw a line at the civilian population. Really. Civilian population, women and children. Unless the women and children decide to join the fight, and then, you know, your boy has to defend himself, you know what I'm saying? But combat's evolved over time. Man, it's... I mean, you look at flamethrowers, and I really don't look at that as any different than like a JDAM, man, or some kind of heavy artillery dropped by one of our planes. Flamethrowers, napalm bombs, and phosphorus are only allowed to be used on military targets, per the Geneva. Yeah. But that's the thing about those weapons that people take issue with, John, is the fact that with the flamethrowers, I disagree, but with the napalm bombs and the white phosphorus, here's the thing about those, is you're covering a blanket area, right? this is an area of effect weapon. And with fire, fire can spread. I don't know about phosphorus, but maybe a strong gust of wind can send this shit towards civilians. So maybe, whatever. If we're gonna wear our feelings on our sleeves, then I understand, right? Because I do draw the line at civilian casualties. That's never a good thing. But yeah. But with the flamethrowers, you can isolate your target with a flamethrower. I don't really feel like you're gonna accidentally kill a family of 5 aiming at the enemy. That family of 5 has already dipped. They're gone. Right, so but a shotgun, man? Come on now. Let's be real.
Today we're talking about the most effective firearm of
Don, what's going on, man?
all time. This episode shout out goes to Big Mike's Little Donuts outside of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, the American grunt has had a love affair with the 12-gauge shotgun since World War I, where it was standard issue, as well as World War II and Korea. Then in Vietnam, they tried to quit making it standard issue because it wasn't lethal enough, at which point it became a standard practice for most grunts to actually bring their own personal shotguns from home and use that instead. Because, well, when the bushes start talking, you might as well hit all the bushes.
Could you imagine? Bro, could you imagine how many people would join? And I'm stereotyping here, but how many people from the fucking South would join the military if you could bring your own shotgun? That's wild.
At once. If you don't know what I mean by that, I'll explain. Shotguns don't shoot bullets, they shoot shells. There's a lot of different types of shells, but today we're talking about double-aught buckshot, which is this right here. Yeah. It's basically 9 ball bearings that when fired, they go fucking everywhere. It's like having 9 guys with muskets fire in a general direction all at once. As you can imagine, having a ball bearing cannon would be extremely effective in close quarters. That is why they were originally issued in World War I, because World War I was primarily fought inside of trenches, which was an extremely narrow pathway in the ground. Now, World War I was also extremely brutal because it was the first time the bad guys had ever brought things like flamethrowers and mustard gas to the world stage. Now, it's also worth mentioning that World War I started in 1914, but America didn't officially get involved until 1917. Because, well, the number 1 seed in the tournament bracket always gets a bye the first round. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Winchester Model 1897 12-gauge shotgun, and its war crime consigliere, the Model 1917 bayonet, which apparently they let fucking Danny Trejo design. Now, this particular shotgun is very special.
Really? That's wild.
Because it's only the second pump-action shotgun ever made, and it did not incorporate a safety feature that is known as a trigger disconnect. Now, a trigger disconnect is what makes it so you have to pull the trigger every time to fire the shotgun. And since this particular shotgun is lacking that, you can just hold the
So you could slam fire this thing?
Trigger down, and every time you pump it, it fires. Meaning that you can fire all 6 shells in a matter of seconds. Now, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down,
I think that's called slam firing, right?
and I'm telling you that the United States government gave a bunch of 18-year-old young men that had
just like that. As fast as you can do it, really. It's a good thing that the Halo game didn't exist back in these times, because like he's about to say, you just gave a whole bunch of 18-year-olds this weapon, and man. I felt godlike when they gave me an M4. I really wanted a shotgun, though, and I'm telling you, man, I was let down in a huge way.
Hadn't seen women in months. A gun whose only destructive capacity was limited by their ability to do this.
Yes.
Needless to say, it was pretty fucking effective. Now, that is a technique called slam firing, and when you combine the grunts with a gun that can do that, it immediately earned nicknames like the Trench Sweeper, the Trench Broom. This thing un-German engineered so many bad guys that they had to claim it was a war crime to use a shotgun. These were the same bad guys that were using flamethrowers and chemical warfare.
I mean, really, dude, if you look at it, if you think about it, yeah, that thing is lethal. I wasn't there, but I have to imagine that the trenches were fairly small in size. You could fit people, but if you get that shotgun and you get these fuckers into a fatal funnel, right? Because, you know, trenches are oftentimes going to have long stretches of just like, they're not windy, right? So you can pretty much just like aim in a direction and just fucking bam, 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 bam. That's wild.
So we just kept using them. At that that point, the bad guys started a propaganda campaign claiming that the Americans were barbaric and unskilled with a rifle, and that's why they would use such a weapon. After that didn't work, they claimed that if they caught any Americans with a shotgun or shotgun shells, they would be executed. To which the American government basically responded with, if. Now, just for clarification, it is not and never has been a war crime to use a shotgun. But that is almost exclusively because the side America was on one.
But
if the bad guys had won, they would almost certainly make it a war crime, because it's only a war crime if you lose.
Yeah.
In conclusion, if you ever go toe-to-toe with an American grunt wielding a war crime stick, he's probably going to have a look in his eye like, I'm here to eat beef jerky and slam fire this shotgun, and if he doesn't have beef jerky, you're probably going to be in trouble. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We have 4 new designs.
I joined the military too late. Well, actually, I was born too late, really, because... Dude, I'm telling you, man, they told me I was gonna get a shotgun. And I didn't. But hey, they made up for it by giving me a 50 caliber machine gun, so that kind of sufficed. So if you can hold a handheld minigun on target, you must be Superman. I would say the minigun would be a good trench sweeper. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, that is... Dude, the minigun? Oof. I mean, you could probably pick up a minigun and carry it. I'm not denying that. The people strong enough. And if I exerted myself a shit ton, maybe I could pick that bitch up. But firing that thing and maintaining any semblance of accuracy at all whatsoever, yeah, that's out the window, really. That'd be like an 8-year-old holding a high-powered pressure washer for the first time in his life, and he just goes, he's gone, man. Ain't nothing getting pressure washed, and he's fucking 50 yards that way. So Mad Jack with a bow and arrow in World War II. We watched a video about that, I believe. I think. Unrolling history. Do you guys want to watch this one? Military grade toilet paper? Jesus Christ. The toilet paper in the military? It's like, let me explain it. We're going to watch this one. But the toilet paper in the military, let me just like describe it from what I remember. It's like, have you ever taken a piece of paper, like just a regular white piece of paper, blue line piece of paper, and you crumble it up, and you keep crumbling it up, and you keep crumbling it up, and then you open it and you keep crumbling it up? Have you ever done this with paper, that you crumble it up so many times and the paper loses all of its integrity, and eventually it'll feel like a piece of tissue? That's what military toilet paper feels like. That's what it is. And if it's not that, then it's like very, very thin, and if you don't get a ton of it, then you'll just end up, it sucks. And then you just get toilet paper stuck to your ass, and it's stupid. We gotta go. That's why anytime I found myself on an Air Force installation, I always took advantage of all the amenities that they had to offer. Because, well, the Air Force gets better funding than all of the other branches. That and the Navy. But I never found myself on any naval vessel or any... I wonder what the toilet paper is like on submarines. I would have to assume it's just as shit as ours, right? Or do they get fucking Charmin Ultra? Huh? Because it's Navy? I don't know. Here we go.
And all my notes and everything completely ready to do a video on Sergeant Reckless, and then this happened and completely derailed my entire train of thought. my wife somehow found and then accidentally bought, or bought it on purpose to upset me, single-ply toilet paper.
I don't like it, bro. I really don't. It's terrible. You know what also has single-ply toilet paper? Really, really shitty hotels, no pun intended. Really shitty hotels. And bro, I'm telling you, you have to pull off a whole bunch of toilet paper to wipe whenever it's single-ply, because if you don't, your finger's liable to go through, or it's just bad, bro. It's so terrible. It's like wiping your ass with tissue paper. Like tissue that you blow your nose with, it's like wiping your ass with that. And but that's actually soft. This shit's not. David, we're doing good. It's good for starting campfires? Yeah. No, what we did is we would cut wood, but how we would start our fires, we would just use all the cardboard from all of the empty beer cases that straw, pine straw, shit like that.
Today we're talking about military grade toilet paper, which is honest.
And for some reason, lots of times when we would do our bonfires, we would forget the toilet paper. Always. Just for some fucking reason, because it didn't occur to us that we might have to take a shit while we're out there. Because we didn't plan on eating, we just planned on drinking and getting baked. Right? So we would never bring toilet paper, so lots of times it would pretty much devolve into you just get a knife and and I did this in Afghanistan too. You get a knife, you cut like half of your shirt, right? And rip off a piece, and you use that. That's never a good day. Because then you're down a shirt.
Going to be a brief history of toilet paper, and then it's rapidly just going to devolve into me yelling my frustrations at the existence of single-ply toilet paper, also known as military-grade toilet paper, or John Wayne toilet paper, because it's rough, it's tough, and it doesn't take shit from anybody. So if you're here to learn about military history, sorry, not going to be a whole lot of that this week. But if you wanted to watch the world's angriest, most unhinged TED Talk about bathroom
and we call it military grade because it's trash
habits, well, you're in luck.
I wish people would get out of this mindset of thinking that military grade means good. John with the 2. Demo Ranch appeared on Unsub for the first time. I feel like we've seen him on Unsub before, right? Or was that somebody else? Honestly, it's hazy. I can't remember. What are they talking about? I'll watch it depending on what they're talking about, if the topic is interesting. But we gotta watch David's next.
I make dad jokes without trying sometimes, apparently. Anyways, our story begins at the dawn of mankind. People have always been wiping their butts, it's just a matter of how. And until very recently in human history, you were kind of just stuck with using whatever you had readily available. If you lived in the woods, you would use some leaves, maybe some moss. Apparently, if you lived near the ocean, you would use seashells, which I don't really understand, but whatever.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Then mankind advances to the point that we start recording.
I feel like that would be more painful than anything else, or just flat out uncomfortable. Really? Oh, the last time. I read that wrong. He's retiring from YouTube? Yeah, dude, he's been at it for a while. He's got gray hair now.
In history, we know that the Greeks were wiping their butts with broken pieces of pottery. We know that the Romans used a communal sponge on a stick that they would then just leave in a bucket of vinegar next to the toilet for the next guy, which is disgusting. And then it's also pretty well documented that the Native Americans and Pilgrims were wiping their butts with corn cobs, which I have questions, but I'm also not sure I want answers. Fast forward to 590 AD, China is credited with the first use of toilet paper, which makes sense because
maybe that's where the phrase came from. I've seen bigger chunks of corn in my shit, right? Like,
they invented paper. Now, fast forward again, like 900 years.
Yeah, David, just do what Michelle said. Set your bed on fire. There you go. A little bit of vinegar too, I guess.
Nobody else is using toilet paper yet. It's 1455, and King Henry VI has just created a new position in his royal council, the Yeoman of the Stool. This job title is awarded to a man by the name of William Grimsby, and for the rest of his life, his entire job is to clean the king's butt. Then, after 30 years of being the royal cheek cleaner, he retires. The position gets renamed to Groom of the Stool, and I'm not kidding you, one person has held this position from the years of 1455 to 1901. The English monarch has always had a royal butt cleaner. And this is the part where you're like, okay, where's the punchline? The chubby electron guy's just trying to make fun of Great Britain again. Like, no, this is real life. There's no punchline. It's documented. It's actually documented.
I'll die. Death. No. I'm assuming you have to apply for this job, or was it just forced upon you? Because if it's forced upon you, I'll take death for 500, Alex. Thank you. No. No. Absolutely motherfucking not. Fuck these times. That's no.
Documented every dude that's
imagine conscription for this shit. No pun intended.
Ever held the position of royal butt wiper from 1455 to 1901, and most of them got knighted for it. Could you imagine that guy hanging out?
Not worth. Not worth. Not worth at all. There's no way that... Nope. Nope, you tell me, hey, you're gonna wipe this 5-star general's ass for 20 years, and after that 20 years, we'll give you a Medal of Honor. Keep it. Keep it. Nope. Get out of... No. Stop. That's not worth it.
Out at the bar with all the other knights, like, hey, how'd you get knighted? Let me tell you, man, I've seen some shit. Fast forward again, 1799, we're like 40 years into the Industrial Revolution. America has won the Revolutionary War against Great Britain, officially upgrading from the USB to the USA. It is at this point that the mass production of paper begins. You start seeing things like the Farmer's Almanac, the Sears catalog, and overall scrap paper.
Sears catalog?
You start seeing things like the Farmer's Almanac, the Sears catalog.
For the year 2018.
Catalog, and overall scrap paper becomes much more readily available, and that's what people start using to wipe their butts. Which is actually why today, if you look at the Farmer's Almanac, there's a black dot in the upper right-hand corner. That's so you know where to drill the hole out so you can hang it on a hook in the outhouse. It's kind of like an homage to the history of the fact that the Farmer's Almanac was primarily used as toilet paper for a couple hundred years.
Hey, reading material.
So Farmer's Almanac, Sears catalogs, and outhouses are pretty much the toilet standard in North America for the next 100 years. Then, late 1800s, indoor plumbing finally becomes more prevalent in like hotels, fancy businesses, and really rich people houses. Also worth noting, we could have had the flushable toilet way sooner, because despite the fact that they weren't really around until the late 1800s, it was actually invented in the late 1500s by a poet by the name of Sir John Harington, but the entire idea was suppressed by Queen Elizabeth I because Sir John Harington was critical of the English government at the time. So she decided that she was going to take his blueprints, have one made just for herself, and then never let it see the light of day for like a couple hundred years. So yeah.
What a bitch.
She was literally sitting on the only toilet known to mankind and hogging the technology all to herself. So go ahead and add that to the list of reasons that the First Amendment's important, because without the freedom of speech, some government official might come along and literally deprive mankind of flushable toilets for like 300 years just because they don't like what somebody's saying. So then, 1897, an American inventor by the name of Joseph Gayety invents the world's first commercial toilet paper. He kind of markets it as like a medical tissue paper for the bathroom that's supposed to be better for you than the Sears catalog or the Farmer's Almanac. For one, it doesn't clog up your toilet like those do because it dissolves in water. And for two, it hasn't gone through a printing process, so it should be healthier for you because a printing process back then incorporated like lead ink and arsenic and all other types of hazardous chemicals that you probably shouldn't be pressing up against your dirt button every day for your entire life. And the entire idea is kind of a huge flop because the American public is too shy to actually go out and buy toilet paper because I guess at this point in time, it was taboo to let anybody know that you pooped. So rather than selling directly to the consumer, he would end up doing private label stuff and selling it to like hotels and all the businesses that had toilets.
Bro,
So instead of having like the Gayety brand of toilet paper, he would have, you know, such and such hotel would have their own private label packaging, and he would sell it directly to them. And that's kind of how toilet paper got off the ground. Then over the course of the next 50 years, indoor plumbing becomes even more common amongst normal people. Toilet paper really takes off. And then in 1942, St. Andrew's Paper Mill does something revolutionary, something that has changed the entire face of mankind. The genius scientists working for this paper mill said,
There it is. Holy moly. Yeah, baby! Dear God, it's beautiful.
holy fuck, we should just sell this. And from that point on, everybody ditched single-ply toilet paper and only made 2-ply or greater toilet paper for the rest of human history, because that was the right ethical thing to do, is what I want to tell you, but that's not the reality we live in, because somehow single-ply toilet paper still exists, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm out of line, but I like my toilet paper the same way Pixar likes their moms. Thick, okay? Not only am I mad about this, I'm legitimately confused at the science that goes into this technology. I mean, how...
Well, isn't single-ply toilet paper cheaper? I would have to assume, because it's awful. Anything that's awful has to be cheap, right? That's just my logic, I suppose. So I guess that's why it still exists, because it's cheap. And there's cheap people, I guess.
How they get it to be so sharp, yet so fragile at the same time, is terrifying. Buh! You know, single-ply toilet paper might actually be better for the environment because you're saving trees. Buh! Okay, look, do I like trees and want to help save the environment? Sure, why not? But let's be honest here. There's a time and a place, and the minute your finger breaks through that...
I mean, you can't really say that whilst living in a house. You know? What is your house made out of? Let me guess, brick.
That single-ply toilet paper, fuck them trees. Okay, I'm just trying to get clean and get back to work. I don't need to get in touch with my inner self. Furthermore, it's definitely not gonna save any trees, because the minute I realize...
That was clever. I don't need to get in touch with my inner self. Literally, because single-ply toilet paper, that's exactly what's gonna happen. You're gonna feel yourself.
That it's single-ply toilet paper, here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
2 hours later.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 250 pounds, it's summertime, and I know that with the slightest amount of gooch sweat, that first layer of single-ply toilet paper is going to dissolve on contact like a fucking Listerine strip, okay? I'm not taking any chances. Unless, God forbid, I'm in a public restroom and some corporate executive has decided that he's going to raise profit margins this year by really cutting back on the toilet paper expense and installed one of these fucking things that rations toilet paper. These things should be illegal. It's cruel and unusual punishment and false imprisonment, okay? I went into this bathroom thinking that I was just gonna have a normal...
And I also am not a fan of the hot air blow dryers for your hands. You know, you wash your hands and then you go put your hands under this like hot ass air that dries your hands. I don't use those things. I don't like those things. No. That right there, it just for some reason it just doesn't feel sanitary to me. Like going from the sink to there and then like, no.
Bathroom experience and go on with my day, and now I'm in a fucking Saw movie.
I want to play a game.
Okay, we have to stop this, because the way this is going, it's 2023 right now. I guarantee you if we don't do something about this, by 2030, I'm gonna have to watch an ad on the toilet paper dispenser before it gives me a single sheet of single-ply toilet paper. And I'm gonna have to go through 45 minutes of ads just to get enough paper to wipe my ass.
You know what I also fucking hate? I hate when you're at a place. You're at a place because you don't have this in your home. I know you don't. No one does. You go to a place, you know those, when you go to wash your hands, you know those paper towel dispensers that you can't just grab it. You gotta like wave your hand underneath it and it shoots it out automatically. I despise that shit. I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it.
Next time I have to go to the bathroom in public. So if you're like some high-level executive or a CEO or some marketing guy at a big company and they come to the table and they're like, we're really going to cut down on toilet paper expenses this year, that's how we're going to increase profit margins, hear me out. Don't do that. Just be like, go the exact opposite direction of everywhere else and then run an ad. Imagine if you went to a gas station and that gas station had ads that were running on TV that were like, come to Fat Electricians Taquitos and Gas, where we have medium grade toilet paper because we think that if you're smart enough to shop here, you're also smart enough to know how to wipe your own ass. It's a really good marketing strategy because then every time they go to a different gas station and they see this shit, they're gonna be like, oh wow, this gas station doesn't trust me to wipe my own ass. I should probably go to Fat Electricians Taquitos and Gas. I'm putting that on a shirt. Fat Electricians Taquitos and Gas. We trust you to wipe your own ass. It's gonna be perfect. I'm so worked up about this. I'm just gonna have to
I'll invest if you do.
Run for public office. That's gonna be my entire platform. I'm gonna abolish single-ply toilet paper and then leave you alone. It's the only thing I can do at this point. I mean, if we can strong-arm Apple into starting to use a USB-C port like every other phone on the planet, we should be able to abolish single-ply toilet paper.
Yeah, but we couldn't strong-arm them into keeping the fucking headphone jack. That was unfortunate.
So I guess, in conclusion, if you made it this far into this extremely unhinged TED Talk, thank you. Hopefully you learned something about the history of toilet paper, or Queen Elizabeth I suppressing the toilet because she doesn't believe in the freedom of speech, or something along those lines. Best way to support the
Yeah, she's a good old wench for that. David, are you still here? Read some comments before I find out. Let's see. It's a genuine war crime that single-ply still exists. When my workplace changed GMs, his first order of business was to upgrade to two-ply. He's still held in the highest esteem. Yeah. That's great. It's not that big of a deal, but I do hate it. And like really trash hotels, they carry this, and it's terrible. All right, David, what was yours was something by what? Hold on. Star Talk. Is this Neil? I think this is Neil and that other short dude. The what? Oh my god, I can't. Yeah, Neil. What's up with the square structure on Mars? I don't know, man. 2 days ago? I mean, maybe it's their version of the pyramids. It's aliens.
Adobe Act.
It's aliens, and it's their version of the pyramids. You know, I don't know. Mars used to have, like, lakes of lava running through it. And at one point had water, yes. Who knows? You know why I don't think that there's any... I mean, there might be, like, maybe there's bacteria or something, but, like, you know how I know that there's, like, no actual life on Mars, man? Because out of all the planets in our solar system, I feel like we have studied that one the most in depth. We've looked at it the closest. We've gone to it the most, I feel. I think maybe Jupiter or Saturn. But we focus so much on Mars, and we have so much footage, and we have so many pictures, and we have rovers there, and fucking, like, all this shit. And there's never not once been a single shred of evidence of any kind of life, like us, like intelligent life, like us. If there is life, that shit's on the bacteria level. Like, maybe inside the planet or something like that, but if there was aliens on Mars, man, they live inside the planet. And they never come out. They have everything they need in there. If there's aliens, they're inside. And they never have to come out for anything. Maybe there used to be life on Mars.
See your subscriptions.
And something cataclysmic happened with their planet to where they were smart enough to be like, oh shit, we can't survive up here. Let's go down there. And they did it. And they've never wanted to come out. They don't have to. Everything they need is down there. Maybe they know about us. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do know about us and don't give a fuck.
primarily to help.
I don't know. Here we go. Lakeside, maybe. But I do plenty of talking as it is. I just talk through the app, so.
An unusual square structure on Mars? What's up with that? Let's go.
It could be erosion. Does Mars experience erosion? You know, because that square was just discovered, but Mars has been there for millions of years, meaning that we didn't see it before, but now it's visible. Erosion? You see that happen on this planet all the time. Something that wasn't there over the course of time, erosion happens, it sheds away, like a snake shedding its skin, kind of. But because of, you know, temperature and time and erosion, man, that's it. And it reveals something else that wasn't once seen. I don't know.
Go back in time a bit. Towards the end of the 1990s, we wanted better data, primarily to help us judge where future landing sites should be once we understood the geology and the seasonal changes and this sort of thing. So we launched a Mars probe called the Mars Global Surveyor, MGS, back in 1996, 97, around there. Mars Global Surveyor was launched to enter Mars orbit pole to pole. And when you enter a polar orbit...
Oh, Jake, if you're in here, bro, we've seen that one. Oh, Lakeside, we've seen that one. The donkey story. Yeah, we've watched that one. I remember that one specifically. Yeah, that one was a fun one.
It gives you certain advantages if you have a camera with you. So as you orbit the planet rotates inside of your orbit. So every time you come around the backside, there's a new strip for you to photograph. And you come around, there's a strip over here, it turns some more, another strip. And you keep doing this and you mosaic all of the strips together in high resolution imagery. So this missions such as that are what's responsible.
Damn, I didn't know that that's how it went. I thought they just flat out took pictures of the entire landscape. You know, because they're so high up orbiting the planet. But this was back in like the 90s, right? So technology wasn't.
When we do photo reconnaissance of objects, planets, moons, asteroids that we intend to visit. There's scads of data that came back from Mars Global Surveyor. Well, every now and then somebody finds a feature. Someone discovered a structure that looks like a square that has a little sort of sharp right angle to it. Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Are you 50 or older? Well,
Yo, maybe it's just a square.
Images puts sort of extra sharp edges in there and completes an entire square. The enhanced images really help you think it's something other than a natural formation. So let me...
Is it outside of the realm of possibility that an object like this can't form on its own? I mean, our planet is a globe. It's spherical. That's a shape. We didn't make that. We didn't make this planet. We didn't create it. Right? We're just living on it. We didn't make the shape of this planet. I mean, I just think that's natural.
Stick to the original image here. What could it be? You don't see many right angles in nature. No, not at all. Especially a surface subject to asteroid strikes. Most ridges you will see are arced. That's what's most common. Okay. But Mars has very real evidence of running water in the past, for example. And water can carve ridges and rills that can be round or can be straight. If I remember correctly, Mars has the same land area as Earth, okay? So in other words, if you take the land area of Earth, you can clad the entire surface of Mars with it. So now you can ask, if I had that much surface area to pore over, what kinds of things might I see? Let's go back to 1976. Oh my gosh. One of the earlier reconnaissance satellites saw something that looked like a face.
I remember
A simian face. The kind of face you find in the ape branch of the tree of life. People said, life on Mars, oh my gosh, because there's a nose, eye sockets, cheekbones, oval head.
It's like the people that see Jesus in their cereal or in like their SpaghettiOs or something.
Found it because we are trained to see faces even if there's not a face.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Yeah. It's what we can do. In fact, there's a word for it.
How your brain.
Pareidolia? Oh, by the way, multiple images of that same region, you don't see a face. And you can see kind of what we might have thought were the eye sockets and the cheekbones. There were people who were believers who said, oh, the Martians knew we were looking at them, and they quickly went in and brushed some dust onto it to cover it up. Maybe that's exactly what the Martians did. Maybe. If that's your proclivity, I don't want to stop you, but
I don't think so, man. As much as I would love the idea of there being life on Mars and there being a whole nother planet of fucking intelligent life that we can learn from or share from, or even just fucking hang out with, man. You're from another fucking planet. That'd be cool, right? But that's just not. Do I think that there's life out there in the universe? For sure. I just don't think there's any on Mars. That's just it. And again, if there is, it's got to be like at the smallest form of life, like microscopic. John with the 2, Jax, Iraq, oopsie, unsubscribed clips. Is that? Oh, okay, I got you.
But you should know you're going to be wrong nearly 100% of the time. But the day you're right, that'll be great. But I don't have the luxury of being wrong 99.999% of the time. Let's keep going. There's a crater that looks like a Valentine. There's another one that has like a smile, a mouth and 2 eyes, the yellow smiley face from the 1970s.
I mean, I could look at people are wild. People are kind of. When I look at this, yeah, I do see a smiley face, but do I think like, oh, they did that to their planet. They put a smiley face there, and they made it so incredibly fucking massive. Looking at this, it looks small, right? No, this area of like land right here, that shit's huge. That's like miles, man. To think that. And if that is something, let's say that that's like the Martian, that's like an alien version of like our pyramids. That's a very shitty world wonder right there, I'll tell you what.
A mouth and 2 eyes, the yellow smiley face from the 1970s. We got one of those on Mars. Oh, another thing someone noticed was on Mars, there's like a little structure and it looked like some dude was just chilling, sitting on the rock.
I've seen that one too.
He does kind of look a little like Bigfoot, doesn't he? Well, how do I know what Bigfoot looks like? Well, there's this one video of Bigfoot from the 1960s. You'd think if an oversized ape-like mammal were running around the forest, we'd have better data than fuzzy video from the 1960s.
That's what I'm saying.
One of my favorite jokes from the comedian Mitch Hedberg, rest in peace, was suppose Bigfoot is actually fuzzy. So you can't get a sharp picture of him. But then you realize this structure that everyone is analyzing is, it's a few inches tall. It's like the remnants of what dust carved in the rocks. And it reminds me a little bit of the Man in the Mountain in New Hampshire. And I visited that when I was a kid. I thought it was pretty cool. I think parts of him have fallen off or something. He broke. But again, we're looking for faces. Humans are extraordinary at pattern recognition. We recognize patterns when there aren't any there at all. And how do I know? Because you can lay down dots at random on a page with a random number generator. And then at some point you say, what do you see? Oh, I see a face, or I see a cliff, or I see a this. Of all the things on Mars, there are ridges. Now 2 of the ridges are at a right angle. If you have enough ridges, 2 of them are going to end up at a right angle at some point. You're not pointing out to me the ones that are at a 45-degree angle, because 45 degrees is not...
Doesn't our Grand Canyon have a lot of different fucking angles and flat surfaces and square-looking surfaces and shit like that? I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but I've seen it in film and in photographs and in movies.
Special to you, or at an obtuse angle, all right, or at any other, this is the 90 degree. That's the special one from geometry class. Maybe it is indeed an excavation site on Mars. Okay. Or maybe it's not. Interesting to me, psychologically.
An excavation site. The only one? And only one? Maybe it's the only one to be spotted?
How potent the urge is to encounter something you can't otherwise explain and say, aliens must have done it. I'm intrigued by that. Just not only as a scientist, but just as a human.
It's the same reason that people think that the pyramids were made by aliens, because modern day equipment has tried to replicate the pyramids and they couldn't do it. So they think to themselves, how did these people all this time ago, without any modern kind of equipment or shit for hoisting, make these fucking things that are so perfect and so aligned, and they even align with the stars in a certain way that I can't remember? How could they have done this without any kind of outside help, technology, whatever the fuck case may be? But it's just because, you know, they were the engineers of their time. Right.
And I just wonder what psychologists say about this. This urge to believe. That's the cost of being human, I suppose. It makes life interesting, actually.
At Dog Chow,
There's so many. Usually there's not that many ads on a single.
Maybe it stokes our imaginations, feeding landscape of storytellers. So, people want to go and hang out in that square. And by the way, look at the original image, please, not the enhanced image. I don't have any problem. Go back. It's interesting. I'm not saying it's not interesting. If next time we have a lander, if there's compelling reason to go there instead of someplace else where we might find evidence for life, because that's a strong, compelling force operating on our ambitions and NASA every time we go to Mars. But you want to go and investigate geometric structures? Like, okay, maybe we can fold that into a mission. Anyhow, enough on that subject. And that's what's up with that. Neil deGrasse Tyson, 4-Star Talk, as always.
We're going to stop it there. Okay, yeah, that's it. There's nothing else after that. Yeah, it's human nature, really, to want to believe aliens when you see certain things or whatever the case may be. But let me just remind all you people that jump to aliens at the first sight of anything, or y'all think aliens at the first thought of it, like, that's like your go-to, right? Let me just remind you of a little old movie called Independence Day, where there was a whole bunch of people who thought just like you. Aliens! Hey, we're here! Come on down! We love you! Bzzz, dead. So just be mindful of that, just in case it ever happens. I'd be intrigued, bro, and I'd be so happy that I would get to see something like that in my lifetime, but I would still approach that shit with caution. Really, at the end of the day, would it be cool? Yeah, oh my god, aliens exist, other people exist. They're here, it's crazy, but I would still be apprehensive because it's another fucking It's something strange. It's from somewhere else. Man, you approach that shit with caution, but there's a lot of people that would just... Aliens are here. Bet! Let's set them up in housing. Let's get them jobs. Sorry, Daniel. I know you went to college for 4 years, but we just got someone from another planet. They get that job, man. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You did all the right things, but we got aliens. Real aliens this time, not the ones from down south. Wild. Alright. You said you put yours in the Discord, John? What was it? Wait. Lakeside, did you change your request? We've seen that one, the donkey story. We've seen that one, bro. We watched that one. Yeah, we've seen it. Maybe you weren't here when I said that earlier, but I see what you requested, and we have for sure watched that video. Because most veterans that have deployed, they have a donkey story, or a variation of one, or just a story that is just as equally disgusting as a donkey story. So, there's that. Oh no, it's all good. I'm gonna smoke real quick and then I'll start the next one. Oh, dude. Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk are feuding. I guess that was 3 months ago. Maybe if I just type in this keywords, it'll... Alright. Jax, Iraq, oopsie. That could be anything. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I want to show you something. So there's not much difference between the Iraqi military and the Afghani military. Let me show you what I had to deal with when I was over there. Once upon a time, my platoon was tasked with training some of these ANA guys. We had to teach them room clearing, we had to teach them combat lifesaver, and we had to take them to the range. And we even did PT with them. And I shit you not, this is what it looks like.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
And you're sitting here thinking to yourself, sir, even with the mighty US of A behind these guys, they don't stand a chance. We're gonna have to be here forever, dog. Forever. If we leave it up to them, it's over. It's like, it's over, bro. It's over. I don't know what to tell you. This is the best. This is the A-team. What do you, yeah, these are the guys. It's wild, man. Absolutely absurd. That's why I didn't want to be anywhere near them. I was like, just, we'll take it from here. Okay? Go home, have your tea, enjoy Ramadan, man. We got it from here. We got it. Just go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you.
Hated it. Had one fucker that I was trying to teach him how to shoot. Bro, we weren't even like, we were zeroing, really. So when you zero, you're not that far away from the target. It's like, oh no, 10, 15 meters? If that, you're just zeroing. From that distance, this motherfucker couldn't even hit the paper. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going on mission with any of these fucking dudes. It's not happening. I'm gonna be coming back in a fucking box if it's up to these guys. Right back. Okay. Let's start. It's bad, dude. Bryant, you can make a request in the Discord. If you have Discord. Katai, if you're in here, can you put the link to? I'll do it, but yeah, Christian, I was just talking about that movie, Independence Day. This I'll put the link here in chat. The sequel sucked. The sequel was so bad. I was like, man, I cannot believe I waited 20 years for this shit. And to be completely honest with you, I wasn't even holding my breath for a sequel to Independence Day. They just came out one day and said, hey, we're doing it. Oh, we're not casting Will Smith. And we're going to make it stupid. I was fully... Oh, it doesn't work that way here on you have to actually put the link, but I got it, Katai. All right. Here we go. Let's fix that.
this. Jack, you were during like the surge of everything.
Because you were infantry.
Yeah, bastard. I was a LAV crewman. It's technically infantry.
Okay.
So yeah, LAVs. There's like 3 battalions in the Marine Corps. That's it. I was there for the invasion of Iraq.
And then you had poopies.
Oh yeah, I shit myself twice in 1 hour. Yeah, is that the one we're talking about? Yeah. Well, we've been.
That's what the oopsie is? Oh my god. I thought it was gonna be like, so, you know, we were in the shit, right? We were taking fire, and my weapon jammed, and it fucking went off. I almost shot myself in the foot, right? And it fucking ricocheted, and my platoon sergeant got pissed. Bruh. But hey, I can dude, he was in the invasion of Iraq. Damn. The invasion of Iraq was not that was not peaceful at all. The initial invasion, that was wild. They went through some shit. They really did.
This is look at the reaction right now.
Yeah.
But you shit yourself twice in how long? How long of a time span?
Yeah, I shit myself twice in 1 hour.
Oh wow, damn. That's I've been there though.
Yeah, is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've been.
This is look at the reaction right now.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
This is during the invasion of Iraq.
Yeah,
and then everyone's like, "I'm listening to you."
This is one of those just tragically human moments.
Yeah,
tragically human.
Yeah,
it's my new metal band.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, no, we did the invasion of Iraq. Oh, I was in 1st Marine Division. Our battalion was very much at the front of the pack for most of it. And
soft armor Humvees.
Yeah, it was like light armored vehicles. Yeah, and they were light armored.
IEDs weren't a thing yet.
Yeah. They weren't. Yeah, that was like the fun times. Yeah, it's like we can just shoot guys. We know who the bad guys are.
Lucky fucking you.
But anyways,
He's got an AK.
Yeah.
They actually wear uniforms.
But this was at the tail end of it. We had our battalion took to Crit, and we had just seized. And you got to understand, we've been eating nothing. There were times where I was only getting 1 MRE a day, but when the supply train was caught up to us, we were getting about 2 MREs a day.
Gas mask, no gas. Did you do MOP?
Yeah, we went into. I got a funny story about that too. Like,
just for reference, everyone, MOP, they cycled out of that, but during the invasion, and for a year or two, you would just have to wear MOP gear, and that is a non-breathable to keep out bio and gas. You're wearing
charcoal impregnated Carhartt
and this
coveralls,
is from
basically.
head to toe
in the desert.
Wearing a non-breathable in the fucking desert.
Yeah, what's
Jarhead has a good scene
Kill?
about that.
And you have the thing with mop gear is I've worn full mop gear before. You have your uniform under this fucking gear, so and your mop boots, man. Your combat boots go inside those boots. They're like big ass rubber black boots, man. And everything's just tied, and it's uncomfortable, and it's awful, and fuck having to do anything combat related inside of that gear. Like having to shoot back at someone with that gear. No, that's rough.
Oh,
Generation Kill. Generation Kill shows the mob gear.
So we actually did. My unit was like represented in that because we did missions with them during all that. Anyways, yeah. So I've been eating. It's pretty. So we get to Tikrit. We find this weapons plant that has like 50,000 AKs in it, and we're supposed to blow it up. But like while we're in Tikrit, this it was like the first fresh food I'd had in at least a month. This old Iraqi lady gave us like some chicken, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, thanks, old lady." Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, and
that's what did it right there. That's the catalyst. Old lady chicken.
And
local old lady chicken. You're not used to this food, bro. Same with me. The first time I had Afghan curry, I was not prepared.
You don't ever eat. Jack probably hadn't learned this. You do not eat their food.
Oh, I learned it the hard way, Eli. This is I got to mention this. About 3 or 4 days prior, it was with the Generation Kill guys. We got in this ambush, and a mortar landed right in front of my vehicle and blew. We would hang our packs on the outside of the vehicle. It blew my pack up. So it just sent shrapnel going through my pack. So all my clothes just were like covered in freaking shrapnel. And so I only had like 2 pairs of underwear. No, I only had 1 pair of. I only had what I was wearing and like 1 pair of camis that were like covered in holes, right? And I freaking, anyways.
Mortars, so explosions, grenades, mortars, it's not the explosion that kills you, it's the shrapnel that is sent out. And it just fragments everywhere. So you have these tiny bullets or pieces of shrapnel metal that just shred everything.
Yeah, because in movies like grenades, there's no big fiery blast.
Yeah. No.
It's just a pop. And then
one of the most depressing things of Army basic training is
And it's just like, poof. It is kind of.
Oh, that was a grenade?
Yeah.
It's loud.
Literally 5 meters to 10 meter
but
kill
you do
radius.
get to see the dumb kid get body slammed by a very serious 11 Bravo. That's the funniest shit on the planet.
Doing this,
bro.
Always.
You drill it 3 times. They're like, you're gonna throw it and get down. And then you do it with nothing. And then you do it with dummy grenades. And then you do it with real grenades. And every time some kid and they pick the biggest 11 Bravo on the fucking planet. And that 11 Bravo goes 1 Mississippi and fucking suplexes this person.
I've seen there's that one viral video where he breaks the kid's arm and where he just fucking hip tosses him onto the ground.
Yeah, that happens every time.
You do not fuck around with grenades. The shrapnel will kill you. Period.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt.
No.
Didn't happen to me. My drill sergeant kind of got mad though because I almost didn't throw it like a grenade, like how he taught me. I did start to do the motion, but then my baseball instinct kicked in, and I eventually just fucking yeeted that shit. And I got it. He's like, that was a really good throw. You got it right on the target, but your technique was fucked. I was like, I can't help it, man. Way it goes.
That's fine. Anyway, so the crit was pretty much the last really hard thing we did. So this was honestly the first time in 3 weeks that I had the opportunity to take a nap. People were starting to wash their clothes. So it was like, oh my God, we have time to do stuff now. And I decided to take a nap in my vehicle. I was a driver, so I could lay out my seat, and I had the most room in the vehicle. And then probably about a half hour into my nap, I woke up and I just didn't feel right, and I was like,
"This is after the chicken."
Yeah, this is after the chicken. And I just looked down. It was the Desert Camis at that time, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I shit myself."
Oh, no.
Dude, you shit yourself in your sleep? Oh Lord. I think that only happened to me one time, but it was because of a seizure, and I was 9 years old. I've never actually shit myself in my sleep. I've woke up and had to shit really bad, and on one occasion, I kind of almost didn't make it to the bathroom, but I made it. There was some spillage, but never in my sleep, in a dead sleep.
And so I was like, oh crap.
You know what? He probably shit himself, didn't notice that he shit himself, but the smell woke him. I think that's what.
I tried to do it in
Oh no! I shit myself.
Yeah. I get up, so I'm able to stand, and I can stand up out of my little driver's hole and just go into my pack, right? So I had to take my underwear off. My undies were filled with shit, and I had to grab the pair of camis that had shrapnel. Oh, it was just a little peppered in shrapnel, and I was like, all right, got a new pair of pants. I baby wiped myself. I didn't think any of my people noticed, so I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm still tired. I lay my eyes again, and sure enough, 15, 20 minutes later, the guys laying in the back of the vehicle just heard, oh no! I shit myself twice in 1 hour. And at this point, now I clean myself up, but I'm standing butt naked. Like out of the vehicle. So the driver's hatch is here. So I'm standing, so like my dick, I'm inside the vehicle here. I'm standing up. The whole company's watching at this point.
I've literally been there. I've literally been there standing in the turret having to piss. Oh no.
Shitty pants, the one with the shrapnel in it and the one before, like determining which one has the least amount of shit on it because I have to put pants back on. And
you want shrapnel or shit?
Yeah,
Both are straight shit. Both
have poop. This is the best part. The call comes in. Hey, first platoon, you guys got to go. What's it called? God, I've been out of the military a long time. What's it called where you set up, like you
lines of fire?
Yeah, you block off an area for, you know, if EOD's out, you just set up we set up a perimeter.
Yeah, set up a perimeter.
Yeah, we set up a perimeter.
I have a cord on.
So they were going to blow up all these fucking AKs they just found. And so I was like, oh, fuck, I got to put this, whatever, I don't even remember which pair I chose. I put the shitty pair back on, and I'm just, and then it's coming, right? So we're driving out there. We're having to drive through urban areas. Dude, I don't know if I should say this. Like, I'm pretty sure I ran over a all of my brain power all of my brain power all of my and Cody, I'm sorry, it's my natural line of sight is over here. I should be looking at you more often.
You're good, man. You fucking.
All my brain power was going into not shitting myself again because it came on, and we're just rushing to this place. I'm not kidding you. We pull into the place. I put that motherfucker in park. My sergeant, the vehicle commander, knows at this point I'm about to shit myself. I get out of the vehicle, and like the entire fucking company is like in a coil. I run out to the center of this field, and in front of the entire company, I'm just shitting like Lloyd from freaking. Like Lloyd, or not Lloyd, like Harry from Dumb and Dumber. I am shitting in the middle of this open field that they're about to detonate. The entire company's laughing at me, and I'm like asking. I'm asking one of my scouts, one of the 0311s, I'm like, I need toilet paper. And they're all laughing. He throws it at me. It lands fucking 10 feet in front of me. So I'm crawling to this fucking toilet paper, wiping my ass. And no shit, I'm not even kidding you. Literally. I fucking run back to the vehicle, and that's like when the thing like pretty much exploded. And like, I'm pretty sure I felt shit hit my back as I was running back. And this is the best part. This is how fucked up the Marine Corps was during the invasion. They had to give me a Desert Storm era flak jacket that didn't even Velcro, and I only had one plate, so I had to decide if like the front of my body or the back of my body was more important. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Band of Brothers series review.
I remember. God,
we glorify war, and you hear that story.
Steve Eichenberger was my NCO at the time, and I walk up to the vehicle. I'm dejected. Everyone's laughing at me. He goes, "You smell like an infant."
Dude, it reminds me. Has anyone ever seen the movie I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell? Anybody? God damn. There's this scene in the movie where he's being a dick to these two females at a bar, and he turns away from the females to talk to these dudes, and one of the females is petty and takes Visine eye drops and pours it in his drink, and then he turns back to the females, tells them to fuck off. He finishes his beer. And then, before the night's over, he finds himself running up and down the lobby of a hotel, uncontrollably shitting his pants. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And that story kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, that's what happens, bro, when people will fuck with you. That's why, I've been exactly there. But on both ends of it, it's been having to shit and having to puke. There was just one instance, man. Actually, I can pinpoint it. It was the first time I had ever had a 5-hour energy drink. You know those 5-hour energies? The 5-hour energies, the bottles were like this big. First time I'd ever had one. And then I went on 12-hour ECP guard. And I spent 12 hours throwing up. It was so bad. I was supposed to be on the gun for half of the shift. And my battle buddy that was with me, he decided to take all 12 hours because I couldn't go longer than 45 minutes without puking. And it was just nonstop puking. And then it was dry heaving. And then I would drink water because I was dehydrated. And then I would just keep puking. And it was bad, dude. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do shit the whole shift. I just literally, the only thing I could do, every time I woke up to throw up, I'd do a radio check. And that was it. It was bad. Oh, it was awful. Ugh, just remembering it. It was so terrible. And I still had to be there. It was the worst thing ever. Yo, has anyone seen the new Captain America movie? And if you have, what do you think? Oh, dude, I think we finished everything. Let me see. No, there's nothing there. Who is this? Oh, that was... I need to tell this motherfucker that I don't have Facebook, and he needs to stop sending me fucking links to Facebook. If it's not on YouTube, I'm probably not watching it. Oh, all right, guys, gals. We're gonna make this a good stopping point. I feel like we knocked out everything we needed to knock out. We got patron requests done, we got donation requests done, and even some chat requests done. Tomorrow we'll be on Twitch, and tomorrow will be music. If you have any music requests, put them in the Discord. All right, there's a place for everyone in there to put requests, whether you're a patron or not. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chilling with me. I hope you all have a good Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know tomorrow's Monday, but we will be here. I will be here anyways for you guys. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day and or evening and or morning, depending on where you are. And I will see y'all tomorrow. All right. Oh, shit. And we were in this fucking thing the whole time. Jesus. All right. Love y'all.